Chapter 1: Infinity and the Universe. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into something that's going to blow your mind, and honestly, it still gives me chills every time I think about it. What happens when death shatters your reality and the universe reveals its terrifying truth? I'm about to take you through the most important chapter of my entire journey, Chapter 1 of the Holographic Multiverse, Infinity and the Universe. This isn't just the beginning of a book. This is the moment everything I thought I knew about life got completely destroyed and rebuilt from the ground up. Living the script we never wrote. Let me ask you something. Are you living your life, or is your life living you? Before October 29th, 2004, I was like most of you probably are right now. I was following what I call the unwritten rules. You know the ones. Graduate high school, go to college, get a job, buy a car, get a house, start a family. Check, 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 check. I thought happiness was just one purchase away. A new phone, a better car, a bigger house. Sound familiar? I was living in what I now realize was a complete fantasy, a virtual reality that felt so real, so comfortable, that I never questioned it. But here's the thing about comfort zones. They're called zones for a reason. They have boundaries. And sometimes, life has a way of violently throwing you outside those boundaries. The day everything changed. October 29th, 2004. That's the date everything fell apart. That's when the wave hit. I'm not going to go into graphic details about what happened to me, but I will tell you this. Facing death, real death, doesn't just change your perspective. It demolishes it, completely. One moment you're living this carefully constructed life, and the next moment you're staring into the void, realizing that everything you thought was permanent was actually as fragile as glass. Life isn't this solid, predictable thing we pretend it is. It's more like a spark in the night, burning bright and intense, and then gone. But let me take you back to that morning, because this is where it gets really interesting. Picture this. I'm lying in bed, not wanting to get up. Sound familiar? I drag myself to the bathroom, grab a quick breakfast, and start driving to college. Just another boring Tuesday morning, right? I'm driving through the city, focused on traffic. Then I hit the highway. And that's when something strange started happening. You know that feeling when you're driving on a long, straight road and you kind of zone out? That's exactly what happened to me. I started staring at those white dotted lines on the road, and I fell into this almost hypnotic state. But instead of just zoning out, my eyes drifted up to where the sky and earth seemed to meet on the horizon. And that's when it hit me. Not the accident. That came later. I'm talking about something much more profound. I was looking at this endless sky, this infinite space, and suddenly these questions started flooding my mind. Does this infinity have an end? Is what I'm seeing real, or is it just my brain creating some kind of illusion? What does it even mean to be this tiny speck, this microscopic point, in all this limitless space? And guys, I'm not talking about some casual philosophical wondering. My whole body started tingling. I felt this excitement building up inside me that quickly turned into something much more intense. Desperation and fear of the unknown. I was having a full-body encounter with something my mind couldn't even begin to process. The sheer scale of everything around me made me feel so insignificant, yet somehow, paradoxically, it made me feel more alive than I'd ever felt before. When I got to my astronomy class that morning, something incredible happened. The professor was droning on about the universe, but I wasn't really listening to him. I was on my own journey. I started imagining myself in a high-speed rocket, trying to find the edge of the universe. But here's where it gets mind-bending. I couldn't do it. My brain literally couldn't imagine it. Think about it with me for a second. If the universe has an edge, what's on the other side? A wall? Okay,
But what's behind the wall? Fog? What's beyond the fog? Darkness? But even darkness takes up space, so what borders the darkness? Our minds are built to understand objects and boundaries, but when we try to grasp true infinity or true nothingness, we just can't. It's like trying to imagine a color that doesn't exist. Even our best science struggles with this. We have two main theories. The static model, the universe has always existed. But that just feels like cheating, doesn't it? It doesn't answer the real question of how or why. The Big Bang model, everything started from a single point, a singularity that contained all space, matter, and energy. But wait, where did this singularity exist? In nothing? How can something exist in nothing? And when the universe expands, what is it expanding into? Our science, as amazing as it is, hits the same wall our imagination does. We're doing our best, but we're still limited by being human.
The connection that changes everything. Now, here's where this gets really personal, and why this chapter changed my entire life. That contemplation of infinity, that struggle to understand the universe, it wasn't just an intellectual exercise. It was preparing me for what was about to happen. My old life was like that static universe model. I thought it was permanent, unchanging, safe. But the accident, the brush with death, that was my personal Big Bang. It was this infinitely dense moment of terror and awareness that completely exploded my understanding of everything. Just like the universe expanding into the unknown, I was suddenly thrust beyond everything I thought I knew about life, death, and reality itself. And just like trying to understand cosmic infinity, I was face to face with mysteries I couldn't possibly comprehend with my limited human mind. But here's the beautiful part. Within that terror, within that overwhelming sense of insignificance, something incredible happened. I discovered what I call the courage to lose sight of the shore. You can't discover new oceans if you're not willing to lose sight of the land, right? That's exactly what happened to me that day. The spark that started everything. When the astronomy class ended and the lights came on, I wasn't the same person who had walked in. The weather outside was cold and wet and cloudy, but I wasn't just seeing bad weather anymore. I was seeing part of this vast, mysterious, beautiful, terrifying universe that I had just encountered, not just with my mind, but with every cell in my body. That drive to college, it was actually a pilgrimage. That astronomy class, it was a temple. And that brush with death, that was my initiation into a completely new way of being. What this means for you. Here's what I want you to understand from this first chapter. Real transformation, real growth, real discovery, whether we're talking about exploring new parts of the universe or new parts of yourself, requires incredible courage. The courage to let go of what feels safe and familiar, the courage to embrace the unknown, the courage to accept that we're these tiny, fragile sparks in an infinite darkness, and yet somehow that makes us more significant, not less. This chapter isn't just setting up a story, it's mapping out both the external cosmos and an internal revolution. It's showing you that the biggest questions about existence, about infinity, about death, about the nature of reality itself, these aren't abstract philosophical puzzles. They're the most personal, immediate, life-changing encounters you can have. The spark I glimpsed that day, the one in the night sky and the one I felt when death brushed against me, that spark is consciousness itself. Awakened, terrified, exhilarated, and now completely committed to this journey into the unknown.
And that's exactly where we're going together in this series. We're rebuilding everything, not on the shifting sand of comfortable illusions, but on the dynamic, awe-inspiring foundation of a universe that is fundamentally infinite, mysterious, and defined by constant change. That spark of consciousness, it's in you too, and it's time to let it shine. What did you think of this first chapter? Have you ever had a moment where you felt that overwhelming sense of infinity? Drop a comment below and let me know. I read every single one. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell, because next week we're going even deeper into the world of atoms. And trust me, what we discover there is going to turn everything you think you know about reality completely upside down. If you enjoyed this video and want to dive deeper into the mysteries of the holographic multiverse, I invite you to check out my book. You can get your copy right now. Just follow the link in the description below. Your support not only helps me create more content, but also fuels this journey of exploration. Want even deeper access? Join my Patreon for exclusive content, behind-the-scenes insights, and a free download of my book. As a patron, you'll also receive bonus videos on how I conquered insomnia and anxiety, plus a private 30-minute call with me to explore life's biggest questions together. Don't forget to follow me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and X for updates, extra content, and mind-expanding discussions. Links are all below. Until then, keep questioning everything, and remember, the journey is just beginning.